So maybe this week will mostly be on the porch. I don't know if I feel like walking all the way down to the garden because that leg nerve is still bothering me. So here's those pawpaw trees. I think, you know, you never know with seeds. Maybe they'll decide to sprout next year, right? If the stratification that the seller I got them from didn't quite break the dormancy on the rest of these. But what I think I'm gonna do, Georgie, don't open that door, is when I go to repot those rosehip rose seedlings in the garden to their own containers, because there's way too many packed in a 6-inch pot because lots of them sprouted. I think I'll put them in these pots, and if a pawpaw and a rose comes out of them, then next year's winter I can just split them up. Or not. I think roses want lots of light and these seedlings want it kind of dark, but I think they'll spread themselves where they want to. I have a plant problem, right? So I got myself some more orchids. I love this one. It's one of those jungly bellinas. So I got myself some more orchids, and where are those flowers? There they are. And I'm acclimating them. They smell divine. I have them in my bedroom, so it smells, actually one of these smells like a really nice flowery perfume with hints of orange. I think it's one of these bellinas. I'm not sure which one. So some of these plants came nicely in bloom. One of these companies, I've gotten mealies from them before. So these are on their own to acclimate to lighting and humidity levels and everything. And this morning I'm just like pouring a little bit of RO on them for humidity and watering reasons. And they're in a tray like the rest of my orchids so that the water can sit there for a little while and soak up, because apparently that's what orchids like at my house. And that's how I'm acclimating my new orchids. I also, so when I was in San Diego and I tried growing strawberries that one time, I got Mar de Bois and Toscana. I can't find Toscana anywhere. I ordered something called Tristan. Tristan is also a pink to red blooming strawberry, so that company still hasn't shipped yet. It's some small company, who knows, in the middle of nowhere, like Idaho or something. They say they ship seasonally, so maybe it's going to be a waiting game like Rain Tree, who knows. Hopefully I eventually get them. But the other kind that I got was Mar de Bois. So this is Mar de Bois. Some of them is a single plant, some of them is multiple plants with runners that even have roots. I think I'm going to wait till things go dormant to put them out in the garden so I don't disturb their roots. We'll see how acclimation goes here. And then this morning I also want to spray spinosad on this new Passiflora quadrangularis that's going to go in the plant room with the nepenthes. Because I never trust anything to be bug free. And maybe that's it. This is kind of short, so I think those purple guys are asters, and this is all a mess again. And then I've got this peach rose blooming. Oh, I guess the yellow ones are blooming too. So this year I'm better at deadheading them. You know, quite honestly, I just go through and rip off the raggedy looking ones, so I think that one I'm gonna go rip off soon. I think roses propagate easily, right? So I think I'm gonna chop off a lot of the new growth on these and try to root them over the winter time, and then just have like a ton of fancy roses all over the place. And I don't know if you can see over there, got my third composter yesterday. Put my compost bucket from inside and some of the carrots that I chucked the yard in there. So it seems kind of full because the carrot growth was pretty tall and brown, so it didn't fold in nicely. It's not soft, it's pretty hard. So when I can go through and mow, I don't know if that's today because I woke up at 3:30 with like really bad pain, so I'm on lots of painkillers already for a couple hours. So I'm guessing I should mow, even though if I waited till I wasn't in any pain at all to mow, I'd never do any mowing, right? But anyway, my grass looks nice and soft and supple and green, and when I can get through and mow, I'm going to put that collection bag on the back of it instead of the usual thing that just spits it all over the yard, and put maybe a bag of grass in there to help everything rot down with something green. So let's go look at this rose. Ooh, it's got lots of nice blooms. Perfect, I can propagate this one too. And then those purple blooms. I'm sure other people would rip this stuff out, but I mean, I just saw an article yesterday about people telling people that you gotta grow more wildflowers because they're dying out because of suburbia. So I'm definitely doing my part. Okay, oops. Pick these up, and I'll show you the orchids inside, because all of them except for one of them are open now because I've had some good blooms. Look at all of these pretty faces. This one has 2 blooms on it. It's is Stewartiana, right? Let me look at that. Yeah, Stewartiana. I like the yellow, the split yellow on the bottom. That's why I like Bellina, I realize. This one just opened up too, has that split color bottom. I don't know why I like it so much, but I do. This one's super interesting. For some reason, I'm really interested in green orchids. I like how it has that little bit of red striping there. It's a cross of something more green and something a little bit more pink, so it has that bright fuchsia spots on the bottom. I don't know if we can get better lighting on it, but at least it'll open another bloom, so we'll see it better there. This one, this is the most blooms it's ever made for me. I guess they really like sitting in water. Look at those nice juicy roots. You see that? This one is fully open. It's my Home Depot orchid that I got when I first got to San Diego, so it is now 11 years old with me. And I'm guessing it was at least 2 when I got it, so this guy's a grandpa. Who else is blooming? This Samara, which smells divine. And when I went to an orchid meet, this plant was originally, do you see the purple bloom? I might have to pull it out. So this plant I had gotten because it said it was a Bellina. But I brought it to an orchid show, and my suspicions were confirmed because somebody there knows the guy who runs the greenhouse where I got it. Oh, come on. It's always precarious lifting these things out. So he asked and got confirmation that in fact it is a Samara. So it's a Violacea caerulea crossed with a Bellina caerulea, and it turned out amazing. I love that bottom triangle of deep purple. So since it opened the top petals, I don't know if they're petals or sepals, how to even pronounce that, bent back a little bit, but I think it just gives the plant a little bit more character. I looked into trying to cross my Phalaenopsis orchids. These are all Phalaenopsis. Like especially this one. This one I would cross with everything. Who doesn't want purple with purple stripes? So, I mean, this one's sectors, but I assume it would turn out like stripes. But apparently, like you can get trichoderma for Helianthera and mycorrhiza. I don't know if it's a mycorrhiza or not for there you go, baby. Mycorrhiza for gardening, like regular vegetable gardening, and then I don't know if it's mycorrhiza that people are selling these days for making inoculating legumes, right? For making them hold more nitrogen. And that one smells really nice too. So apparently whatever it is that makes orchids sprout isn't viable. And I was thinking in my mind for a while, well, I'll just take the roots of one of my Phalaenopsis that I already have and then grind it up and spread it up in the material. But then I was reading everybody sprouts their orchids in agar gel, like tissue culture sort of setup, agar with some nutrition in it so that the orchids don't have to find the symbiotic root, what is it, a fungus, bacteria, to start growing, because you're already providing the food so they don't have that problem. So everything that's in cultivation based on that, I'm guessing it doesn't actually have the symbiote in it, so that plan wouldn't work because all these guys is juicy and not infected. So I'm glad I made this a little longer for you guys by giving you a walkthrough of my orchids. I am going to go spray that spinosad on the passion fruit and then go enjoy the rest of my coffee. Nice view of this guy. He's still got a couple more to open up. So, some of them were unhappy, like this one. See that? There weren't really buds that developed on that, and I'm not sure why, but I'm thankful for the 2 flowers I did get. Okay, bye till next week.